Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid August 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we have for Aquarius in early to mid August? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius in early to mid August. What's the vibe? What's the energy here for my good friends? Let's get, oh, nice and quick. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. So, a moment's regret. This has been something I've been seeing in all the air signs recently. Now, again, it doesn't mean that you're regretting something. To me, it does also have this Six of Cups esque type of energy where it's like you might just be taking a trip down memory lane. It could be like one of those. It could be a card that represents the past in one form or another. But it is an energy we do want to we do really want to watch out for. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this. So I always say with this deck in particular, I just go intuitive. I don't just go on the wording or the pictures itself. So yeah, that's why it does give me that Six of Cups esque type of energy. So for some Aquariuses, maybe you're just thinking about the past. You know, when you have a thought, even if it's something that was a very long time ago, where it's like, damn, if I could do it over, I would do this instead. Or I wish I could get another crack at this. Like it's giving me that type of energy most of all. So again, it could be somebody else. I'm not saying it's you regretting something. Usually Aquarius is when they do something, when they take an action, they're pretty set in it. But there is someone that might wish they could have a redo, a mulligan, a do-over. So that's a very specific type of message to get here on the front end of the reading. Now, it doesn't have to be all bad. Like I mentioned, it could just be things from the past bubbling back up as well, especially with the Six of Cups. So whether it's healing from something, a situation popping back up, it could be all of that. So we're just going to put it down right there, my beautiful friends. Let's get into tarot. We'll let her keep thinking. You know, she's having her little thought journey. Let's see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you three tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aquarius. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was a bit of a doozy. The reading was titled Beware of This Person. And there was an energy that was coming through rather aggressive, pretty pushy in its own right. So just if that didn't arise for you, beautiful. I would say even going through the next couple of weeks, just keep your eyes out for any individuals that are just like too aggressive, too pushy, my way or the highway type of energy, because it felt like a bulldozer. But we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. Three cards for Aquarius. What is happening? Oh, okay. We'll take it. All right. I mean, that's a good start. We have the Ace of Pentacles in position number one. I like that card. Big card of offers, opportunities. Let's get a couple more, and we'll start piecing this together. What do we have here for Aquarius? Thank you. Okay. So another thing that you share in common with the Libra reading, the moon right in the center. Yeah, it's a theme. It's a thing, especially this week. Let's get one more. Thank you. Okay, so we have Judgment right here on the back end. Lots of major arcana energy. Very powerful energy right here on the back end with Judgment. Reminds me of Lady Justice. Your reading this week has a lot in common with Libras. It just does. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we have a lot going on here. I don't want to say whether this seems very, very positive or like something you need to be concerned about. It just feels very intense, especially on the back end, the way the energy sweeps. Now, as far as elements go, it's a good mixture. We have Earth right here, which is the realm of material things, work, business, home, security, comforts. We have water, the emotional realm. And I always say when you mix earth and water, that's a recipe for potential. It's a recipe for blessings and abundance, which can be really good. Uh, but this energy is like bright and it's out there and it's in your face. This one is very secluded, very hidden, secretive. And then right here with judgment, that's Pluto energy right there. It's Plutonian, it's change based, powerful, explosive in its own right. So we're going to have to see how all this plays out because I feel like there are some extremes of energy where it's like we have bright, bright, and then we have dark, secluded, and everything in between. So let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we are starting with the Ace of Pentacles. So we see it, the universe handing out that pentacle. And I love it. I mean, it's a great way to start a reading. That's why I'm cautiously optimistic here. Because I say with all aces, they represent offers and opportunities. Specifically, this one. This is like a golden opportunity or offer from the universe. Aces are big cards of communication. So when I see this, this is kind of like a message of sorts, especially with the earth. It's like deliberate, it takes its time. So yeah, there could be something here around communication that we do want to look at, but it could be something totally different too, where it's like, wow, you actually have an opportunity here to make something happen. Now, what's the downside of all aces? They're fresh, they're youthful in their own ways, which means that they're not very reliable. In its roughest sense, the Ace of Pentacles could be very flaky, like here 1 second, gone the next. So watch out for energies like that. And it could be an opportunity that has a bit of a time limit, where it's like, all right, if you don't jump on it, if you don't take this opportunity, it can and will go. So we want to see what's up. It's not a very reliable type of vibe. So again, I don't think that that's technically a bad thing, but it's something we need to keep in mind. Now, moving to the middle, we have the moon. Pisces energy, some people also link this to the Cancer collective. And I like the moon. It's very subtle. So, whereas this one is like bright and intense, this one is the total opposite. For some Aquariuses, you might feel like there's something in the air, like your intuition's trying to tell you something. If you're sensitive to energy, you're going to be more sensitive when the moon is here because it's like heightened empathy, heightened sensitivity, which again can be channeled and used for good things. So again, you might have a gut feeling. You might want to follow that gut feeling whenever the moon is in the mix. Now, aside from the zodiac signs and the subtleties of this, it is one of the most mysterious cards. It is the most mysterious card. So yes, it can represent mystery, the unknown, the unexpected, the unseen, things that haven't hit our radar just yet. So we do want to look at it. Now, where it gets into the challenges of the moon, sometimes it could be hidden things, purposely hidden things. Sometimes it can represent deception or just things that aren't making sense. So we're going to have to look at this. It's a very important part of this reading. That's for sure, especially with the contrast to the first card. Now, as we get this moon back here in the center, we have a very, very intense energy. We have judgment. Now, we see the Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of God. We have like these bodies being raised from the dead. So there's a lot of themes connected with this card. It's actually very complex. And I would say it's Plutonian. So it can represent change. It can represent energy shifts where something does a complete 180. So it's like very fast, very rapid, very explosive. It's like almost unstoppable as well. Universal. It's a very karmic energy. So it's like the universe grabbing the wheels, something karmic, whether it's a situation or karma getting served up in one way or another. So we do want to look at this. Judgment could sometimes be a crossroads where it's like, do I do this or do I do that? Do I go left? Do I go right? So there might be a choice coming in for some of you. Could be literal judgment calls, but the thing with this, it's just super intense. And sometimes this could represent an energy that's coming back around. It could represent an energy that's returning in one way or another. So we do want to look at this because the energy is moving. It's like we go from the Ace of Pentacles to like very, very quiet. So it's like the energy comes in, then gets really quiet, and then boom, it's like back with a vengeance. So I want to dive deeper on all of this, Aquarius. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right. Let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Ace of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's see what's up. Why is this Ace of Pentacles here? Why is the Ace of Pentacles in the mix? Thank you. Okay. I mean, that's a very peculiar type of energy I'm picking up here, and it does seem like it comes out of nowhere. It's like something does fall in your lap, and I do like it. So we have the Emperor in reverse underneath it. Now the Emperor, that's big Aries energy. So if you're connected to an Aries, this could be their vibe showing up here. Uh, Emperor in reverse could be a couple of different things, and one of them could be rough. Sometimes it could be a very controlling energy, just like we saw last week. So in this time, I still want to give you that little bit of a warning if you're dealing with a person or something where someone's just too pushy, too aggressive. You do want to make some space between you and that individual. That I know that's very specific, but there is a pushy, aggressive energy still showing up here. But aside from that, Emperor in reverse is something where it's like, oh, all right, well, I didn't even really do anything, and here it is. So it's like something magnetically coming your way. So whether it's a situation, whether it's a person, whether it is an offer or an opportunity, it's like I was kind of just doing my thing. I was kind of just living my life, and then boop, here it comes. It's like an energy that plops into your lap. So I'm gonna discern as we move further whether this is most definitely a good thing or if it's something you need to be aware of. Because to me, it's like it's not there and then boom, it just appears, it just shows up, and it's like you were just doing your regular thing and this energy comes in. Because the Emperor could sometimes be very controlling, where it's like, no, I need this result, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make this happen. When he's in reverse, it's like I'm not even trying. So it's like I'm not trying, and that's when the results come. So keep that in mind too. There could be certain things you're dealing with where it's like the more effort you put into it, the more difficult it becomes. Where it's like the inverse, the less effort you put in, the easier it comes. Let's keep going. I don't want to get too complicated or convoluted here, but let's go in on the moon. I really want to get to Judgment. I feel like the moon and Judgment are the culmination of the energy. So let's see why the moon is here for Aquarius. Why is the moon here? That's good. That's good. It's like it's good. It gets even better. We have the King of Pentacles in the upright. Beautiful. That's a card of blessings and abundance. So maybe this is a good thing. Maybe it is. Maybe this is a win, an offer of some kind. Because when I see the King of Pentacles, if you're not connected to an earth sign, and I'll get very specific with this as well. If you are connected to an earth sign, um, there are still some unknown aspects about the situation or the person. There's still more details to be had, so keep that in mind. There, you might be learning some things about people in this time, specifically Capricorns, Virgos, and Tauruses. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know that about you. Um, I don't want to say this is someone acting shady or anything like that, but if I'm taking the most positive, when I see the unexpected card with the King of Pentacles, this could be like an unexpected surprising win, victory, a blessing of some sort. So very similar to this front end energy where it's like, oop, the universe pops something in your lap, you weren't even trying. Then again, the universe pops another thing in your lap, you weren't even trying. And I usually say like those types of wins, they're not always the most rewarding, but they're the most pleasant, right? Like when something goes your way and you weren't even expecting it to, it's like, all right, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. So again, it feels okay to me for most of you, unless you have those very hyper specific things that I was speaking about. If you are dealing with someone that's a little stern, pushy, aggressive, if you are dealing with someone that has stubborn tendencies, or there's like something about them where there's a mystery to them. So let's keep moving. I feel like the reading splits because it gets hyper aggressive for some, not hyper aggressive, it gets hyper detailed for some of you, but the rest, it's like, oh, you got good things, the universe throwing things your way. So you got various types of wins, like emotional ones, material ones. So we're looking okay. Let's see what's up with Judgment, though. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So, why is Judgment here for my Aquarius friends? Why is Judgment in the mix? Yep. Yeah. All right, so to me, I'm getting the imagery of like a roulette wheel, of like somebody gambling, if that makes sense. And it doesn't have to literally be gambling, it could just be the symbolism, very similar to the Wheel of Fortune. So I have the Two of Wands in reverse underneath Judgment. And this is a big energy of change, right? I already said that about Judgment. Usually the Two of Wands in the upright is very planned, strict. This is how it's going to go. This is what's going to happen. So there is this theme showing up this week where it's like, yeah, we got good things. Here you go, Aquarius. We got another good thing. Here you go. And this again could just be a change, an unplanned, unexpected change or shift in energy where something just does a 180. Now, it could most definitely be something that returns for some of you. I could definitely say that with this alignment back here. Because again, with the Two of Wands, it's very structured, it's very planned out. It's like these are the steps I will take. When it's in reverse, there were no plans, but it happens anyway. So watch out for things that do a 180 and change very rapidly, very suddenly, very unexpectedly, because all of these have that little twist. That's the thing. Now, for some of you, the reason I was getting that imagery of the roulette wheel, you might be more prone to take risks in this time. Okay. That's something I've been seeing for all the air signs this week. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure if it's like a temptation of some sort, but it's like, yeah, let's gamble. Let's do it. Let's try our luck, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. I'm all about living it up and enjoying yourself, but just make sure you're not taking too big of a risk, if that makes sense. So we have a lot of stuff showing up here, and all of it seems to be with a twist. So that's very intriguing to me. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. Most unique reading this week for sure. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Emperor in the upright. Yeah, this could be a win, an offer, opportunity coming in. And it's like, oh, I didn't even try. It like just came to me, which is really nice. I did say for some of you, if you are still dealing with someone that's like very pushy, very aggressive, you might want to put a little distance between you and them for the time being, because this could easily be someone trying to be very pushy or demanding. Moving to the middle, I have the Moon with the King of Pentacles. That could be great. That could be another win, victory out of nowhere, where the universe is like, here you go. Oh, did you like that? Have a little more. It's like giving me this energy, which seems cool, unless you're dealing with an Earth sign. And again, not all Earth signs, but it's like if they have a certain mystery to them, or it's like, I feel like there's something I don't know. I feel like there's something I don't see. It's like there's more information that's going to come to the surface here. Moving to the back end, we do have Judgment with the Two of Wands in reverse, and it was giving me that roulette wheel type of vibe. So again, you might have urges to try your luck or gamble it up in one way or another. But to me, it does feel like a very sudden, unexpected, or surprising change in energy where it does a 180. And for some of you, it could even be a return of something. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into this further. A lot of stuff here this week. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle for you, Aquarius. What's happening, my guides? What's in the shadows? And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we have for Aquarius? Thank you. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense. So this card in this deck is called Discretion. But in reality, if you look into the Shadowland Tarot, discretion is actually judgment. So remember all those things I was telling you about, like, yeah, decisions, choices, change, Plutonian. And we already saw things shifting quickly for a lot of Aquariuses out there. So it makes a lot of sense. But what is the shadow side of judgment, aside from things that could pop back up and come back around in this time? The shadow side of judgment could be something that gets a little out of hand. It's an energy that could be so intense that it's overwhelming. So in this time, make sure you're not dealing with situations that are overwhelming you. Make sure that, like, this energy could sometimes lash out as well. So even though we have a lot of great stuff, um, there is an energy that could potentially go overboard in this time. So watch out for that. Like, that's the only main big warning we've seen throughout the whole entire reading, where there's like this temptation to be a little too much of a daredevil, or live, I don't want to say live it up too much, but it's an energy that just does too much or pushes it too far. So watch out for anyone or anything that does that in this time. So Aquarius, we're going to leave it at that, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The calendar for August is up, so you could go check out the availability over there. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the classic Gilded Tarot Royale. It's beautiful, and it's definitely one of my go-to decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, we have a very easy question this month. Out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one is your favorite? Is it the one that attaches to your zodiac sign? Is it one where you just like the art? You can put that answer down in the comments, and you will be entered to win, my friends. And as usual, the winners will be announced in the community tab at the end of the month. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.